The sinking of a cargo ship near Kerala coast on May 25 has raised environmental concerns due to its oil and chemical spill. The vessel released substantial quantities of diesel and oil into the Arabian Sea, along with hazardous chemicals like calcium carbide. The Kerala State Disaster Management Authority has issued a public warning recommending against touching any containers of oil that may wash up ashore. Fishermen have been asked not to enter the sea, and fishing has been banned in some areas. The Coast Guard is currently monitoring potential impacts on the affected area and its rich biodiversity, which makes it one of India's most popular tourist destinations. So, is the spillage a dangerous one? What are its larger ramifications and what's the possible environmental threat? We decode that and more. First up, let me bring to you some of the most dramatic footages that have been accessed. According to the Indian Coast Guard, the MSC Elsa 3 vessel capsized rapidly in the early hours of Sunday due to flooding in one of its holds. Next are the visuals of the rescue efforts launched by the Indian Coast Guard. All 24 crew members on board this sunken ship were rescued by the Indian Navy personnel after an hours-long operation. Authorities say some containers have been found along the coast of southern Kollam. A total of 29 cargo containers have been washed ashore already, with 27 of them being located in Kollam in Kerala. Early on Monday, though, 2 containers were also spotted in Alappuzha. Locals discovered one of them around 6:30 in the morning and informed the authorities. According to the Indian Coast Guard, the vessel capsized rapidly on Sunday because of the flooding of one of its holds. A holds is a section below deck where the cargo is stored. Now, the vessel, we are told, was carrying 640 containers, including 13 containing hazardous cargo and 12 with calcium carbide. Additionally, the ship also had 84.44 metric tons of diesel and 367.1 metric tons of furnace oil in its tanks. Authorities in Kerala are on high alert after containers were found along the coast in Kollam and Alappuzha districts. Some other areas that are under watch are Thrissur, Ambalappuzha, Arattupuzha and Karunagappally. All of these areas are now under close watch. The vessel went down with 12 containers containing calcium carbide. So, what is this chemical and why is it so dangerous? Calcium carbide is a colorless solid formed by heating lime and coke together at temperatures around 2000 degrees Celsius in an electric furnace. It's mainly used to generate acetylene gas, a key ingredient in producing various industrial organic chemicals. Additionally, it's often used to artificially ripen fruits. When calcium carbide comes into contact with water, it triggers a rapid and intense chemical reaction. This reaction produces acetylene gas and calcium hydroxide and releases a significant amount of heat. Acetylene is a highly flammable gas and can form an explosive situation in the presence of air or oxygen, while calcium hydroxide has severe effects when it comes into contact with humans. The spill in sea can trigger explosive reactions, and it also risks fire, heat and toxicity to the marine life. Now, this oil spillage is always a big possible environmental threat, which is why it is such a big issue. The ecological damage that it can cause is huge. Oil can affect food sources for sea life, making it less available or of poorer quality. Oil can also coat marine animals, disrupting breathing, movement, and it's toxic if ingested. It can also damage organs and reproduction. Not just that, animals that survive the initial environmental hazards may still suffer in the weeks and months following the leak. What about the ecosystems? That's equally important because coral reefs, mangroves, coastal habitats like Kerala's biodiversity-rich shores can all suffer long-term damage. Oil smothers plants and disrupts their food chains. It also impacts breeding and reproduction, for example, contaminating bird or turtle nests on shore. So, how is an oil spill usually cleaned and cleared? Methods include a technique called skimming, which involves removing oil from the sea surface before it can reach sensitive areas along the coastline. In situ burning involves burning a particular patch of oil after it has concentrated in an area and therefore getting rid of it. While another way is releasing chemical dispersants which help break down the oil into smaller droplets, making it easier for microbes to consume and further break it down into less harmful compounds.